when you spin, just so that, put your leg out like this, and or not that far out, but the farther out it is, the easier it'll be to keep your balance, but you won't spin as fast. The closer it is to your body, the harder it is to keep your balance, but the more speed you build up. You build up enough speed, I suppose. Nah, it's still even hard for me, so. Closer to your body, less balance, more speed. Less balance, more speed. Right? Closer to your body. Farther away, less speed, more balance. Alright, so when you're spinning, you don't want to spin on the tip of the toes. That's if you're doing pirouettes. You're not practicing pirouettes. I don't know how to do pirouettes. You're not going to spin on the outside of the foot, obviously. I mean, I suppose you can if you're doing some other type of spin. But we're trying to learn how to spin like non-stop, or like Larry. The spins are similar. Basically, you want to be on the inner portion of the foot, but kind of on the tip, like so. When you spin, let me see. Spin, it's going to be like this. It's going to be like that. This is the motion you would see, right? It's not completely flat, obviously. If you can do this to begin with, there's something wrong with your ankles. You shouldn't be able to do that and spin. It's not going to be on the outside. It's not going to be on the tip. It's going to be on the inner portion of the toes. So in between the inside and the very tip, kind of a blend of them both. So you're going to see this here. Every time you see non-stop spin, you're going to see his foot angled this way in relation to the ground. Alright? So that's the most important part as far as maintaining your balance. Knowing how to get the spin started, knowing how to position the foot, knowing how to kick off of the foot, and also having the leg bent. Honestly, both of the legs should be bent when you spin. The leg that you use to kick off. Alright, so the leg, when you start off, let's say you spin your right leg, you're going to use the opposite leg to kick off, logically, and vice versa. If you use this leg to spin, if you use that leg to spin, you're going to kick off with this leg, okay? And the leg that you use to kick off, like, the leg that you use to kick off, if I kick off with this leg, if I kick off, right, kick off with that leg, this leg is going to be in the air. The leg that you use to kick off is the leg that will be in the air. And the leg that will remain in contact with the ground, you want to already have that position in the portion of the toes. Once you're spinning, notice how I maintain this angle of the foot, and also this leg is kind of bent. I'm trying to do this in slow motion with this jab. So it's like something like that. It's I'm trying to do this in slow motion for you. Alright, so this leg is bent, right? It's bent. Okay, it's not going to be straight. The only time your leg will be straight if you're doing a Michael Jackson spin or pirouette. We're not doing that. Anytime you're doing those type of spins. Anytime your leg is straight, it's going to be on the tip of the toes. Either the tip of the toes or the palm of the toes. Michael Jackson spin, flat on the toes, pirouettes, tip of the toes. And notice in both spins, legs are straight. We're not doing that type of spin. We're doing a non-stop spin. So it's going to be in the portion of the toes, right? Your foot's going to be angled like so. And this leg will be bent for support. It'll be bent. And if you watch the playback, you'll see how my leg is bent. Again, farther out your leg is, more balance. I mean, you don't want it completely straight, you can, but we're not doing contemporary dancing. But farther out, more balance, less speed, and vice versa. Closer in, more speed, less balance. If you go fast enough, if you get a good start, you kick off the right way, you build up enough speed, get that momentum going, it'll be easier to keep it balanced. Sometimes you'll see me put my hands behind my head, and I'll just kind of like Larry. I don't know why, it's just a habit. It also helps to arch your back, do it the way Larry does it. So I don't really do it that way very often. Kind of do that motion there, arch the back, exaggerate it a bit. You can do that if you want, but that's basically it. When it comes to knowing how to kick off the right way, I mean, that's for you to figure out. I can't tell you how many, newtons per square inch to use to kick off. That varies from person to person. It depends upon your weight, your height, so many different factors. You're going to have to figure that out. The most that I can provide to you are the basic necessities. So we have the toes in the portion, bending of the leg, right? Bending of the leg. It's not going to be straight because that's awkward. You can't spin if this leg is straight. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It's going to have to be bent a bit. And arms closer in, more speed. That's the physics behind it. So, yeah, toes, tip, but in the portion, bending of the leg, kicking off the right way, kicking off the right way. And what else? Sometimes it helps to lower your height a little bit. That helps with the spin. I've seen variations of that. I've seen Chris Brown do it. Depends on what look you're going for, but that's basically it.